Hey everyone, welcome to our first video. This one's a little different than hopefully the rest of them will be, and that's for a few reasons. One, the content that we're about to show you, that I'm about to show you, is from a project that I did right before this channel was really started. It was an idea in the back of my head, and it was one of those I hadn't really thought through all the processes of, oh, I need to video all of this. So I started videoing some of it partway through, not all of it, but overall I got a little bit of footage, not anywhere near enough. So I want to tell you a little bit about what I'm doing here, what the project is, why we're doing it, all that sort of thing. So first off, welcome to our kids' room. This is their bedroom, and if you were ever invited to our home, which many of you currently watching this channel have been to our home, most likely you've been invited to our kids' bedroom by our kids, very excited, very exuberantly invited to their bedroom. And that's because I built them this bunk bed. So over the summer, kind of at the beginning of the summer in this past year, 2024, we needed to make some changes in their room here. We had a toddler bed, we had a crib, and we needed to change up all of that. So we knew fitting 2 toddler beds was possible in here, but it wasn't exactly ideal. It wasn't exactly how we wanted to lay it out. So we found these plans online for bunk beds that take a crib size mattress or a toddler size mattress, and decided that would be a great option for what we were trying to achieve in here. It's a small room, and we wanted something that would let us utilize the space best. So we went and bought the materials, and that same day, it's all made out of pine, and if you've ever worked with pine, you know that it tends to move a lot. So it'll bow, it'll twist, it'll do all kinds of things. I swear, as soon as you take it off the shelf, put it in your vehicle and bring it home, once it senses that it's no longer near the store, whether that be Lowe's or Home Depot, Menards, whatever your store of choice, as soon as it realizes it's left, it's like in twists or something. And so we got home that day. I bought all the material to build this, except for a few things I'll tell you about in a few minutes. And I cut it all to size right then, so that everything was in not just manageable sizes, but hopefully it would be more stabilized than being, a lot of this I bought in 10-foot sections. So I didn't want a whole 10-foot piece twisting on me or something. So bought it all, brought it home, cut it, and then the next day I started working on doing some sanding on it. So I'm going to show you as much footage as I can of the process. Got the end pieces all sanded up to 220. They're all ready. Now we're going to start on the sides. We've got 4 of these sideboards and a couple of railings. What we're going to do next. Alright, it's a new day. Got all the end pieces all sanded up. Kind of set off to the side here. I got the big side rails. These have the cleats for the mattresses to sit on. So we'll have these slats go underneath the mattress, and these slats rest on these cross pieces that run the length of the bed. And then these are basically safety rails, so these go, these 2, and then I've got 2 more trapped. I'm not sure if we'll actually use them or not, but they go as basically railings on the top bunk. There's a set here for the bottom bunk as well. They're more for keeping the bed stable in a sense, so that it doesn't rock back and forth, and loosen up the screws into the post, because the screws will mount into these end pieces alongside here. And so I may put a set on the bottom bunk just to make sure everything stays good and tight and doesn't wiggle around with the kids. Alright, I've already got one of these done. Got it over on the other side drying. The air conditioner on, trying to control the humidity. It's a very humid day outside. So trying to control that and help make sure it's a good environment for drying. So I've got this one. This is my second piece that I've stained now. I'm putting this on with a brush because that gives the effect I like. Just a gray stain. I've gone ahead and, before I turn the camera on, I've already done all the edges. So they're all stained. You can see the overlap up onto the face here. Now the directions say apply it, wait 3 minutes, and then wipe off any excess. Partly because of the humidity, and partly because of my preference, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to put it on and leave it on because I like the texture and depth that you get without pulling off the excess and just letting it sit there. Now, your normal wood stains that are supposed to mimic wood colors that you could put on, like this pine, to get maybe a walnut look or an oak look. Those I would for sure take the excess back off, but this is a different thing, doing a different technique. You can kind of see how you can still see through, and I kind of like that. It's going to give the finished product a little bit of a wear and tear to start with, and it's going to be worn and torn. It's a kid's bed. They're going to beat it up. Alright, we've gotten everything coated. I'm about to start staining the backside. I forgot to take a video when I was done the other day, but here's some of the side pieces all finished up. Here's an end panel, all covered up. And I flipped over the other ones all in preparation to stain the backs now, but they're all done and ready to go, so we're going to stain the backside. Alright, we've gotten both sides stained. All the side pieces, all the rails. There's the other end piece. They're all in here drying. Alright, I got all the slats. Sanded the edges just a little bit to make sure there's no slivers. The ends where I cut them, all that good stuff. I'm not gonna sand these down and finish them like we did the rest of the pieces. They're just the slats. So they'll stay like they are, go in the bed, but didn't want slivers or real sharp edges. They're still pretty sharp, but didn't want super sharp. So there we go. They're all ready. Alright, got a clear coat going on. These 4 side rails have all been clear coated. I'm using some spray, some semi-gloss aerosolized spray because I had it. So about to go clear these side rails. These are like the safety rails of a bunk bed, so we're going to do those next, and then we'll get the end pieces and keep on going. And here we are, clear coating. Got some Minwax clear semi-gloss. So we'll see what happens. I don't want a real shiny finish, so this seemed to work good. We'll see how it looks. Okay, everyone, got the third coat of clear on this side. So all the sides now have been coated 3 times. We even got the other one down there. So both the bottom side right now and this top face that we can see have both been sprayed with that clear poly and ready to go. Just drying, just finished spraying them, so we'll let them dry and we'll put it together in about a couple of days. Here we go, putting it together. Got the first 2 screws and the side rails on. Painted them gray to try and match them together. They aren't quite an exact match, but they'll blend in and I won't have to cap them. Got our first side on. Get the other side on and get a rail on the back side and we'll be going on. Think, baby, do you like what we're doing to your room?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have one done. One's assembled. The top one's going together now. We got this end screwed and we'll screw together that end. Put our little dowels in the top of the bottom one and we'll be able to stack them up. Alright, got this side all put together. Flip it over and we'll do these same 2 rails on what's currently on the floor. Get them all stacked up. Alright, we got all the rails on. Gonna grab a little mallet to put the dowels in the top of the bottom bunk. And we're gonna grab the slats that go in there to hold the mattress on both of these. We'll be right back. Alright, we got our dowels in, all 4 corners. Got the first set of slats in the bottom. We'll set the top on there.
Here we go. Campbell's in her new bed.
Good job.
Here
Get up there,
goes
Jackson.
You did get up there. Look at you. Almost there.
I did it!
Look at your bed.
Wow, guys. I'm so excited for you.
Here with a little update on the bed. It's been a couple of weeks we've been using it now. Kids absolutely love it. These boards need screwed down, these slats for the mattress. They need screwed down because my kids like to slide them back and forth. And we end up with usually a major hole right here where the one on the top is about to fall through onto the child on the bottom. So we're doing 2 things. 1, we're going to fasten these slats down to keep them in place. 2, I've got some 1/4 inch plywood. It's kind of like underlayment, but it's a step up in quality. We're going to put that in there as well to help bridge in between each of these slats, because even when the slats are evenly placed like this, the mattress tends to sink a little bit in between each of the slats. So that even only being a 1/4 inch will help give a little bit of rigidity here on top of the slats to keep the mattress from sinking down through. It's still thin and springy enough to kind of sort of act like a box spring and have a little give to it to where they're not sleeping on a plank per se. So that's what we're going to do now is screw these down. I'm just going to use some of the same cabinet screws, and I'll anchor it into the rails, and then put that piece of plywood on top. Okay, I got the top bunk slats all screwed down. Now we'll go do the bottom ones. Okay, the bottoms are all in now. Got them all spaced. They're all spaced the same, actually. It's hard to tell from this angle, but they're all spaced the same. Ready for the plywood. There we go. We got the bottom all put back together. There's the top with the plywood in it. We'll put the bed back in and call it a day. Hopefully you all enjoyed this project and this process with the beds. If you'd be interested in one, let me know. Would be happy to make some for anyone that's interested. Again, these can be separated into two different bunks, or they can be built as one unit. So I like, after building it, I like the one unit and making it all one complete unit. Being able to separate it is going to be handy at certain points, but I think in the long run, in just kind of for rigidity's sake, having this all one unit would be nice. But we'll see. Long term, we'll see how that works out. In the meantime, this is what we've got. But hit us up if you want one. We'll talk to you at the next project.